Martin Fourcade is one of the greatest biathletes to ever compete in the sport of biathlon. Immense talent and unwavering determination propelled him to the forefront of the sport. From his awe-inspiring silver medal at the 2010 Winter Olympic Games to his unprecedented dominance over 13 seasons, Fourcade amassed an astonishing collection of 7 Olympic medals, 28 World Championship medals, and is 7-time overall World Cup winner. Fourcade has set records and left an indelible mark on the sport. However, his competitive spirit extended beyond the tracks, and on occasion would land him in a world of controversy as he fearlessly advocated for clean competition and challenged doping practices. Martin Fourcade is a biathlon legend, and his legacy on the sporting world reaches far beyond just biathlon. Today we'll recap the lustrous, controversial, and impactful career of Martin Fourcade. I'd like to quickly thank my supporters on Patreon for their continual support of this channel. A lot of time, energy, and research goes into producing videos like these, so if you like what you see, check the link in the description down below to see how you can support the channel, get exclusive access to perks such as early access to videos, and much more. Starting in the early stages of his career, Fourcade quickly showcased his immense talent and determination. As he soared through the ranks, he claimed his first taste of Olympic glory at the 2010 Winter Games in Vancouver. Capturing a silver medal in the pursuit event, his achievement served as a mere prelude to his spectacular dominance the following years. The next season, Martin would continue his success on the world stage by earning a silver medal at the 2011 World Championship Sprint, and followed up his Olympic pursuit silver medal by earning a pursuit World Championship victory. By 2011-2012, Martin rose to the top spot in the biathlon world, and in dominant fashion, both by being consistently one of the fastest skiers on the tracks and one of the most accurate shooters on the range. There were seemingly no holes in Martin's performance, and as a result, he put together a string of 7 of the most dominant seasons where he was far and away the greatest biathlete on planet Earth. During his reign, Martin would amass 6 more Olympic medals, 22 more World Championship medals, and 23 small globes to complement his 7 overall crystal globes. And just to prove a point, in back-to-back seasons, he set single-season podium records by earning 22 podiums in 26 races. This record has since been beaten by Johannes Tingus Bø, but this level of dominance hadn't been seen in over a decade, when the great Ole Einar Bjørndalen was dominant in the early 2000s. Fourcade's dominance was a result of his incredibly competitive nature, a trait that is great to have on the ski trail, but can lead to some problems off the trail. For example, his highly publicized feud with his brother and teammate Simon. As junior athletes, Simon was highly regarded as the next great French biathlete, and it was a great shock to everyone when Martin won his silver medal in Vancouver. This sudden competition between the brothers led to a multi-year divide within the family. There was also this incident in the 2013 Le Grand Pursuit, where Martin was having what would be his worst race in several years. And on the last lap, when Sweden's Freddie Lindström accidentally stepped on his pole, Martin turned around to whack Freddie's pole as if to say back off. This action ended up breaking Freddie's pole. Martin immediately regretted this action and offered his pole to Freddie to complete the race. At the finish line, Martin apologized, but needless to say, Freddie did not seem amused. But more often than not, competitive drive is what made him so great. Martin was known for his tactics and punishing bursts of speed that would destroy anyone who dared challenge him. Seemingly always having this last lap gas, won Martin countless races and left his competitors in the dust. If you wanted to beat Martin Fourcade, you seemingly needed at least a minute advantage on the last lap to beat him. With all the success and fame, it's usually hard for athletes to stay out of the spotlight, and keeping an uncontroversial image becomes a full-time job for most in this position. But Martin had other plans. Martin would use his platform as the #1 biathlete in the world to be very vocal about anti-doping and share his opinions on the doping allegations leveraged against Russia during the 2014 Olympics. This amounted to the greatest display of protest seen at a biathlon event. In 2017, after Russian athlete Alexander Loganov was reinstated to the IBU after a 2-year doping ban, Fourcade took to Twitter to voice his displeasure with the decision to allow the athlete to return to competition. Soon after, during a mixed relay in Hochfilzen. Fourcade and Loganov collided in the exchange zone, resulting in Loganov falling over. Martin denies this action was intentional, however the Russian team felt these actions were targeted, so they refused to shake his hand during the podium ceremony. Fourcade reacted by sarcastically clapping and storming off the podium in protest. Martin used this attention to further voice his desire for clean competition and his concern over the IBU's lack of action against the Russian Federation for doping during the 2014 games.
I received a lot of insult on my accounts on the last few days, but I really don't care. I did a good competition today. We did a wonderful fight with the team, and we are satisfied about this silver medal. And if people want to disrespect me because I'm fighting for a clean sport, it's their choice.
As toxic and political as this must have been for Martin, hindsight would prove his advocacy would have merit long after his career. Upon his retirement and at the conclusion of the 2020 season, Martin stated his only regret in his career was not being able to share his farewell tour with his fans. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, fans were not allowed in the stadium to cheer on Fourcade as he crossed the finish line for the final time, winning the race, of course. However, despite the conclusion of his career, Martin continues to have a lasting impact on the sports world. For one, the popularity of biathlon in France is at an all-time high, and the team performance reflects this popularity. While there has been recent fluctuation in the French performance, one cannot deny the expectation for excellence that has become the standard since Fourcade's career. As an athlete, Martin played a crucial role in bringing the World Cup back to France. His success on the world stage made the French faithful desperate to see their champion on home snow. And in 2013, the World Cup made its first stop in France since the Albertville Olympic Games in 1992. Today, the World Cup still makes frequent stops to Annecy-le-Grand-Bernard, and cameras cannot help but cut to Martin's reaction anytime a French athlete has a good shooting stage. But bringing the World Cup to France was not the only event Martin had a hand in promoting in his home nation. In 2019, just prior to his retirement, Fourcade started the Martin Fourcade Nordic Festival, which is a weekend-long summer event on the banks of Lake Annecy featuring elite biathlon competition, vendors, concerts, and try-it biathlon events for the public. Today, the Martin Fourcade Nordic Festival has continued to grow and has become a staple of summer biathlon action within the sport. In February 2022, Fourcade was elected to serve an 8-year term as a member of both the IOC and IOC Athlete Commission. Much akin to his tenure as an athlete, Fourcade's advocacy has caused quite a stir in the sporting world, this time in favor of Russian athletes, ironically. Martin has publicly advocated for the inclusion of Russian and Belarusian athletes in the upcoming 2024 Paris Olympics. It is a controversial opinion, particularly in light of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Nevertheless, Fourcade feels it as a necessary stance, given his role to represent all athletes, even those hailing from nations whose governmental actions have faced widespread global disapproval. Martin Fourcade's biathlon career stands as a testament to the heights that can be achieved through unwavering dedication, unmatched talent, and relentless pursuit of excellence. From his early triumphs to his reign of dominance on the world stage, Fourcade's exceptional achievements have solidified his position as one of the sport's all-time greats. Yet his impact transcends mere athletic accomplishment. With a courageous voice, he fearlessly advocated for clean competition and fair play, using his platform to challenge doping practices and champion the values of integrity and sportsmanship. In Martin Fourcade, we find not only a remarkable athlete, but also a trailblazer, an advocate, and an inspiration to athletes and fans alike, leaving an indelible mark on the sport of biathlon and the hearts of those who witnessed his extraordinary journey.